this feels more like a Windows PC that can game than a handheld gaming unit. So it's still bigger than Lenovo Legion, ROG Ally, Ally X, MSI, a Neo Flip, a Neo Slide. So it's pretty big. Solid mind here, and today we are asking the question: should you buy the OneXPlayer X1? So lots of X's in this. The OneXPlayer X1. I don't know. This is a 3-in-1 type of unit, so let's find out if it's worth getting. Is it a glorified tablet with, controls, or is it a full-blown, handheld gaming unit? Basically, let's find out together.
If you're not familiar with these 3-in-1s, basically what we've got here is a 10.95-inch display. You can buy a detachable keyboard, but it does come with detachable controllers. So it's
Okay.
basically a handheld tablet and a laptop all in one. I've been
It's running full Windows. Getting a fully Windows tablet in today's day, there is some Surface tablets out there, but I guess depending on how much power this has, it can be the ultimate of all elements. This can be your traveling tablet. You want a game, mobile gaming tablet, and then you want to go into proper gaming like Steam. Then you will be able to get the side Joy-Cons put on. So is it like a Switch? The one where you could slide off the sides of it. I don't know.
testing this one out for the last couple days, and yeah, I mean, we've definitely got a much better
All right, let's
D-pad
see.
design
Not bad. So
installed on it. It works really well for fighting games. We've got linear triggers around back, and one thing
it looks like the Xbox One controllers, but split in two. Yeah. Yeah, the controls look similar to what is found on the ROG and also on the MSI Claw as well. I'm guessing you can play this wirelessly as well, remotely, and I'm guessing you can remove the center piece and just slide them on the sides. I think, I'm not too sure.
or laptop mode, we can use this controller with the X1, not a problem at all. In fact, we can actually connect this to basically any device. And of course,
Okay.
they did have to add a little bit of RGB here around those analog sticks.
I feel like this is like the main selling point for these handhelds, these RGB elements. They look cool, but they make a difference in gameplay, really. I shouldn't talk. I have can it reach? I can't even show you guys. I have an Acer mouse. I think this is the brand. It's called a Predator Cestus 335. So that's a RGB mouse. It's a pretty high-end mouse. So I guess it's not a bad thing, but on these units, is there a function for it? Maybe, maybe.
But one thing I really like about this setup is right in the middle, there's a little cutout with a window. You can see the circuit board through there, and they've got a small white LED which lights up. I think it looks pretty cool.
He basically answered my question.
And overall, in detached mode, this controller does feel quite nice. It really wouldn't be a 3-in-1 without some accessories, and the X1 does come with this back panel. It magnetically attaches and it acts as our stand, so we can actually
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of what Apple are doing with their iPads. You can get magnetic, are they called folio? No, folio is where it folds over. But they have magnetic cases on their iPads, so this is very reminiscent of their iPads, really.
fold this out. It goes right on the back. It's got the cutouts for the LEDs and the cooling system. It slaps right on here, attaches really nicely. Does add a little bit of weight to the unit, but we've got that fold out stand there. And of course, we've got a detachable keyboard. Now this attaches using the pogo pins.
This is going to be over grand. Like, just looking at the fact that this is basically a PC, for me, is like, just that alone puts it on the £900 plus mark. I haven't checked the price yet, but that's my prediction. It's going to be at 900 to over a grand to get this. Let's have a look. Okay, so you can slide it on. Let's see how you slide it on, just to see. Yeah, let's do that.
Turn this thing into a handheld, and it's super easy to do. I've got those covers removed, and all we need to do is slot the controllers right in the side. Uses pogo.
This is massive. Like 10.9 inches. That's big. This reminds me of, you know, how the PlayStation Portal works, how the screen is bigger than the controls itself. Even though that is more of a device that is basically mirroring off your PlayStation, this is more of a full PC that is a gaming PC on a handheld unit that is a laptop and a tablet at the same time. Wow.
Pogo pins on the controller, pogo pads on the handheld itself to make connection. And obviously, with it set up like this, we've got a pretty big handheld. That screen is coming in at almost 11 inches. But OneXPlayer did release the X1 Mini recently with an 8.8 inch 140.
The Mini looks more like what a reasonable handheld would look like. It might be cheaper. Looks the same, but just smaller. The controller looks a little bit different, just a tad bit. Maybe it's my eyes. But yeah, I think if I was gonna get one, it would be, I don't know. I don't know. What would you guys get, the Mini or the normal 10.9 inch?
4 hertz display.
Okay, if you're going to use it as a laptop and a tablet, then a 10.9 inch makes sense, but depending on the price, then you decide.
I just wanted to give you a little comparison between the full-size X1, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely coming in much larger, and the controllers are the same, so they are interchangeable.
I see.
But just kind of in tablet mode here, you can see the size difference. The 10.95 inch on the full-size X1 kind of dwarfs that 8.8. And
8.8 is like a mini tablet, so it's still bigger than most handheld, units. So it's still bigger than Lenovo Legion, ROG Ally, Ally X, MSI, a Neo Flip, a Neo Slide. So it's pretty big, even on the smaller side. All right. So these are the specs. Okay, Ryzen 7, 8 core, 3.3 gigahertz. That's not bad. This looks similar to the OneXPlayer OneXFly. Very similar settings, actually. It is brighter though. It's 540 nits, which for me, 500 nits is like the bare minimum to have a console that can be played outside a little bit. The wattage is a lot more. It's 65 watts. And I guess without the hold on. Without the controller, it's 739 grams. Other handhelds are coming in around 500 to 600, and the higher end is the 650. If you look at my last video, I just reviewed the Neo Flip KB keyboard edition, and that was around 650, but that was with a 6-inch screen. So this, without the controller alone, is heavier. I'm assuming because the battery has to be in there, because the battery will be held in the screen, whereas the other handhelds, because of the way they're built, the battery can be put in behind the controls as well. So maybe that's why the weight is so much without the controls. Still a lot.
speakers are tuned by Harman, and one thing that One X has been doing by setting up our expand keys on the backside of the controller. So if we wanted to, we could actually set A up to work as B or any other button.
Okay, that's good. The fact that you can control what each button does, that's pretty good. I think most controllers can do, well, most consoles can do that. The fact that this feels more like a Windows PC that can game than a handheld gaming unit. But still, it's cool. It's cool that you can do that.
This is how I like to play it on these APUs, and we're seeing some great performance. And if you wanted to increase battery life, you could drop this down to a 15-watt TDP, 900p, and see about the same kind of performance.
Okay, so you can reduce the wattage during gameplay. I'm guessing same things, this brightness, FPS, all the fun stuff. Okay, so let's do this. To finally decide, should you guys buy this, we have to find out in terms of where does it sit price-wise? Is this a reasonable unit or not? So if I wanted to buy this today, just having a quick look, I can get it for £1,500. So, and they're currently out of stock. So that's quite a lot looking at that. So should you guys buy this? I was right. This is slightly over 1,000, slightly over. It's okay. It's quite a lot over. 1,500 is the same price as a MacBook. The same. I guess this is competing more on the surface level of computing with the power of a gaming unit. So the price point slightly justifies it, especially at the 10.9 inside. This, if you are getting this as a laptop and you are also a gamer, then get this. I don't know any unit that can both be a laptop and also be a gamer. I know that there's other handhelds where, they have keyboards, but this is more of a full PC in a laptop that basically has gaming as a feature on it. So if that's a factor for you, get it. For me, no. You can get the same specs for a much lower price. Yes, the screen size is lower. Yes, there's a 8-inch one that's cheaper, but I would go for other units. That's my own viewpoint. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.